it's Nicole and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing 10 things to remember when you're going to a NASCAR race, as well as a few tips and tricks on how to make your weekend go just a little bit smoother. Also, really quick before we go ahead and get started, September is the last month of points racing at your local home tracks. All national points will come to an end at the end of September, so make sure you go to your local home tracks and enjoy some racing on the weekend. I've been going to home tracks for years and they're so much fun to go to. They're just like a NASCAR race, but you get to see like the future stars of the sport right now, right here in your hometown. So make sure to go to hometracks.nascar.com to find your local home track and get some racing in before the end of the season. And if you guys are not already subscribed to my channel, make sure to hit that big red subscribe button. It's absolutely free and it just notifies you when I put out a video, so you guys are the first to see them. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this week's video. First thing that's absolutely necessary when you go to a NASCAR race, before you pack your tickets, before you pack the cooler in the truck, make sure that you grab your sunscreen. During NASCAR races, you're always outside, especially you're probably going to be in the heat of the day, under the sun, unless it's a night race, but still make sure you wear your sunscreen. I like to use the sport kind, so no matter if it rains at the race or you're sweating a lot, you're still protected from all those harmful UV rays, so make sure you bring your sunscreen when you go to a race. No matter if it's in the summer or the fall, make sure you use your sunscreen and protect yourself from the sun. A number 2 essential for going to a NASCAR race would by far have to be bring lots of snacks and lots of water. Just like any other time you go to a sporting event, whether you go to football games or baseball or basketball, anytime you go to an arena, the food is always ridiculously expensive. So if you're able to bring your own, that way you can cut down on a lot of costs. My favorite race day snack by far has to be Nature's Bakery Fig Bars. If you guys like Fig Newtons or Nutri-Grain bars, you will absolutely love these. My favorite flavor is the raspberry ones. They're so healthy for you and they also taste really good and they just fuel you up for your weekend at the track. Also make sure you're drinking a lot of fluids, especially water. You're going to be outside all day, so just make sure you stay hydrated. My first tip for you guys is to make sure you bring an insulated cooler with you to the race. That way all your drinks stay cool and you have a place to put all your snacks. Make sure before you go though, you check the track's website. They normally have dimensions for all the coolers you're allowed to bring. However, NASCAR does sell them at the Fanatics tent, so those always are. They fit the requirements, and you can also get them at a local store or like Walmart or something before you go. Number 3, make sure you bring some sort of seat cushion because at most NASCAR tracks, their seating is bleachers, which after sitting there for a while, it gets really uncomfortable. So you can always go to Dick's Sporting Goods or Walmart or something like that and buy a seat cushion. Me and my dad have some, but I can't find them at the moment, so I'll insert pictures of things that you guys can bring instead. Again, at the NASCAR Fanatics tent, they do have seat cushions that you can purchase there, but again, if you buy them somewhere like Walmart or Dick's Sporting Goods, they're going to be a lot cheaper. You can even do something as easy as just bringing a blanket to the track and sitting on that. That's going to be so much more comfortable than sitting on the metal bleachers for the duration of the race. So my number 4 thing to bring to a race is a scanner. And if you guys don't know what these are, they're little small radios that pick up the frequencies of the communication between all of the teams. So you can click the channel for your favorite team and listen to their radio communication, everything that goes on between the spotter, the driver, and the crew chief. I think they're really cool, especially when it comes time for pit stops, because you're able to hear all their communication, so you hear all their strategy and know exactly what's going to go on before they even make the pit stop. You can get them offline. They are a teeny bit expensive, but I really think they help your race experience just being able to listen to all the communication. You can also hear the radio broadcasts and the TV broadcasts as well, so they're really cool and handy to have at the race. But don't worry, if you guys don't have a scanner of your own, outside the track they do have rentals that you can borrow for the weekend, and I think they're about $60 to $80 to rent during a race. But again, they're so cool to hear all the radio communications as well. And if you do bring your own, make sure you bring headphones as well so you can obviously hear what's going on. Which leads me into essential number 5 is to bring protective earwear. It gets so loud at NASCAR races, not only at the national level, but at local races too. So make sure you bring something like a pair of headphones or earplugs, that way you don't damage your ears during the races. You can easily get a pair of headphones or earplugs at your local store, as well as the NASCAR Fanatics tent has some available as well. Essential number 6, you're going to think I'm crazy, but make sure you dress for the weather. Before you leave for the race, make sure you check the weather because sometimes it can call for rain at the races, or it can be really cold or even have a really high UV index. So make sure you dress appropriate. If it's going to be a really hot summer race, you'll want to wear shorts and a comfortable tank top, but make sure if it's cold, you do bring jackets, gloves, hats, all of the above so that you're comfortable during the race. So essential number 7 is to make sure that you print out the weekend schedule ahead of time before you get to the racetrack. All this information can be found at your track's website. They'll have all the practice and qualifying times listed, as well if there's any major driver appearances, so that way you have all that information before you get to the racetrack. That way you don't have to look it up on your phone and it can kind of get slow with the internet and all that. So make sure you print it out, and that way you have a hard copy when you get to the track. So tip number 3 is to make sure before you go to the race, check the app store to see if your track that you're going to has an app. I know both Richmond and Dover have apps, so all the information, practice times, qualifying, autograph sessions, it's all right there in one convenient app. And since you normally have your phone with you at the race, it's so easy to go on and check the app and just see all the driver times. I know some apps also have things to do outside the track. They also list the weather going on for the weekend, and any other information that you may need to know, including help numbers, will be on the app on your phone. And again, it's so easy to download, and they're available for Apple phones and through the Google Play Store. So tip number 8, if you're anything like me, you like to tailgate before the races, so make sure you pack all of your tailgating essentials that you'll need, including a tent. Make sure you bring your grill and your cooler full of food, but make sure if you bring your grill, please be safe about it. We saw at Kentucky earlier this year a grill caught on fire in a truck, so just make sure before you go to the race, double and triple check that the gas is turned off. My number 4 tip for you guys is to bring something to do while you tailgate. I know sometimes when I'm at the races, me and my dad have brought a small TV to watch football before the race, and let me tell you, if you're able to do that, you will create so many friends in the tailgate lot. Everyone wants to catch up on the football game score before they head into the race. Also, try to bring a cornhole board. That's always something really fun to do before the race, and it kills time, and get the people around you involved as well. You could set up something like a cornhole tournament, and that way you're able to make new friends at the track, and it also kills time before you head into the race. So my number 9 essential is the things that you probably are most likely to forget: your tickets and ice for the cooler. It is so easy to forget your tickets, so make sure you triple check, double check, quadruple check before you leave your house. Make sure you have your tickets. If you don't, you can always get them reprinted at the ticket counter, but that's kind of a pain. So an easy way to remember your tickets is to put them in a ticket lanyard. Again, these are sold in the Fanatics tent, and sometimes they're given out as free prizes at like booths and activities around in the fan zone. So you can always go to those and snag up a free one, but if not, you can get your favorite driver's number on them. So they're so easy. You just slip your ticket into the pouch, and then you can easily wear it around your neck or put it through a belt loop, and that way it's so easy because every time you get into the track, you have to get it scanned by security. So it's just so easy that you always have it on you. You don't have to dig through your pockets, your purse, or a bag. They're always on you, and they make it so convenient. And also make sure if you're bringing food or coolers or drinks that you grab a bag of ice before you get into the racetrack. Me and my dad have plenty of times forgotten ice, so this is my reminder: get your ice before you go into the race. So as I went back and edited this video, I realized my camera completely shut off at the end of my video. So tip number 10 is to make sure to wear all your favorite driver's gear at the track. I think it's really cool to go out and see all the fans with their favorite driver's number on the back of their shirts at the race. Just really cool seeing them support their favorite driver. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!